Hello fellow homesteaders. Today we're going to be making two different types of toys out of natural tree branches. I stumbled across this idea on Etsy, one of my favorite places, or maybe in Pinterest, one of my other favorite places to visit online, when I was looking for some ideas on making Waldorf toys for my grandchildren and great nieces and nephews and some other children for upcoming birthdays and Christmas, of course. I started my Christmas homemade toy making in January this year instead of mid-February to save my sanity and the sanity of those in my household. It is amazing, one, the neat things you can make out of what you find in your own backyard and how much fun it is. And if this is a toy you're making, not for a gift, it's something the kids can engage in with you and can be used learning in homeschool. If you made a decision to send your children to government school, not homeschool, you can still make it for a fun way to practice their math facts, cognitive skills, even language arts. And that was one of the things I was so shocked when I saw how simple this was. And the branch blocks, so they're called, that I'll be showing you in the next video. But the main shocking part over, oh wow, that's cool, what I didn't think this before when I saw the idea, was how much people pay for these things. I do have a Etsy shop I'm getting up and running. It's not ready yet. Dodgeville Ranch Mercantile is the name. And I'm going to be adding these to it, but all you homesteaders can make these on your own. But you would be shocked if you get on there and search around a little bit. They charge for blocks made out of tree branches, and even these little tinky tiny blocks that are about, as you can see, 2 fingers width. They're just little tiny cookies or slices, they're called. $1 to $2 a piece for natural building blocks, or these to make a memory matching or learning game, or even small building blocks. I'd initially cut these to make steps for a tree house that I am making for gnomes and pirates and camping play fun. You'll see that probably in a month or so when I get around to finishing it, because they're perfect to glue together to become a stairway. And then I saw this other idea and thought, well, I'm going to cut 7 or 8 dozen more out of branches that are laying around the property and make some learning toys. But yeah, the cost people get, the amount that people pay for these schools, especially preschools and lower elementaries, if they have an Emilio, Charlotte Mason, Waldorf type scope, or even just for an exploratory area to go along with a special unit. But then, homeschooling parents and just parents who maybe live in a city and want to infuse some nature into their children also make what they're now calling natural blocks. Some of the boutique toy stores you can see online when I was checking pricing, you can make 30 branch blocks or 2 sets of these and be $76. So any of you who are looking to make some extra money from your homestead to help further your homesteading life, or pay a medical bill or car payment, check around your own backyard to see some neat toys that you can make. I'm going to show you first of all some toys here, some of these little block things I did last night. You all remember when you were children, if you have children, a memory matching game. You have 2 pieces that are all identical on the back, and each one has something on the front with a match to it. This has a little heart that I painted with very simple craft paint. We'll get it out there so you can see it. This one was stamped with a set of stamps from the Dollar Tree, 4 for $1, not a fancy stamp. It's been oiled with mink oil, which helps set it. Keep it from ever rubbing off. And this side, it takes out, and I've sanded them. It will, sanding will make it a bit smoother. I think these are smooth enough to begin with, but depends on your personal preference and how young of a child these will be given to. Late toddlers to 5 years old would probably work. When you put the mink oil on it, it does darken it. So I think the ink would stay without it. Paint would rub off. So you just need to decide and choose your paint colors accordingly. You could use a clear glaze, but then you would be adding something unnatural to a natural toy, which is not something I wanted to do. But here's some other little stampers that I use out of that same $1 set, and it's lighter. I used some hickory and some oak. Doesn't really matter what type of work you do. And I'm going to make a set of these for math problem practicing for our oldest grandchild. And this is either an addition sign or multiplication sign, depending which way that you turn it. And I'll use the other, subtraction, division, greater than, less than symbols, and do about 5 of each number so he can practice his math facts in an interactive, fun way. using natural materials instead of sitting at a table with pencil and paper when he gets home from school after being stuck in a chair at government school for hours on end doing the same thing. And for our 3 and 4-year-old grandchildren, I'm going to make a matching set, a little bit different. These are so tiny. I'll try to hold up close to focus. That just has a number 6 that I painted on it with a paint pen. Those tend to give a really vibrant color. They're kind of like a spray paint kind of thing, a paint marker. And you shake it up like you would a spray paint. Spray paint has a little tip on it like a marker. If you're using these, I would definitely suggest to give it a little daub first on a piece of scrap paper. Sometimes it comes out with a big messy bubble. You don't want to ruin a project. Unlike typical craft paint, this is very difficult to get off. Now, that one didn't give me any weird bubble of stuff. But had I not done that or had one that was getting a little dried out and pushed on it initially, it probably would have. But so here I have the number 6 on a little cookie slice thing here. And then on the corresponding one that you would need to match it with, I have 6 dots of the same color. You could do different colors. You could just do color matching, upper and lowercase letters, pretty much anything you want to do. You could even do a set that had all types of different letters on it for practicing spelling words instead of pencil and paper. So there are multiple ways you could decorate these, different games you can make, and put them all in a nice little baggie and pull them out for fun interactive practice. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how that you can work with these a little bit and maybe give you some more ideas and tips on a way that you can devise your own game for children.